Hello, 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 my beautiful Facebook people. How are we today? Welcome to the second day of working with your guardians. I am so excited to be here with you under this very auspicious full moon. And I don't think we can dive into our lesson today without actually considering the fact that it is an incredible energetic day. We have this big Pisces full moon. We have Venus in shadow. We have Mercury in retrograde, and we have Jupiter preparing to go into retrograde. And, one of the great things about the energy right now is even though we have all this retrograde energy and we have this big moon, we have dreams that are ready to stabilize because there's a lot of Taurus energy right now. So even though we have this big Pisces moon, this big, dreamy Neptunian space that gives us an opportunity to daydream, which is right on task with our passion energy that we're working with at the moment with Guardian Solace. But it gives us also the chance to think about how do we take something from the intangible, the dream space, and make it tangible and tactile, which is the Taurus, and build it in the physical space. So I am really excited about the energy that we're having right now and that we're going to have for the next couple of months, because I feel like it's giving us an opportunity to take a lot of the intangible stuff and make it real and bring it into this five sensory world that we actually live in, so that we can, see it, we can hear it, we can taste, touch, smell. It can give it all of our sensory experience. And when we think about sensory experience, that is very much part of the passion energy that we are working with, or that we are wrapping up in this particular temple. So as you move through today, I'm actually going to ask you, before we even get into today's, lesson or the part of today, if you are to connect today on a sensory level and just allow yourself to feel the energy of the day unfold, how would that make a difference? And it will probably tie into what we talk about today. But I want you to allow yourself to do a couple of things today. Dream, so daydream, because we talked about that yesterday. Daydreaming is big passion energy. So allow yourself to daydream. Allow yourself to think about how some of those daydreams could actually come true, how you could pull them out of the ether and create them to be real. And then 3, what would it mean if they were real? Why is it important to you that they would become real and tangible and part of your day-to-day existence? Because I think sometimes we can think about things that we want and dream about places we'd like to go, or relationships we'd like to have, or health we'd like to create, or money we'd like to attract, or clients that we would like to have come in. But we don't really give it that good, grounded, this is why it's important. And when it comes in, this is what it's going to do. Not just for me, but for everyone that I have contact with. Okay, so you get an opportunity to do that, especially under today's full moon. It's glorious. It is a dreamer's space. If you are an artist or a creative, today should be a very spark-filled day. Okay, so we are going to move on to our angel exercise for today. But before we do that, just like yesterday, I want you to get your deck of cards. It doesn't matter if you have Oracle or if you have Tarot. Because I haven't cleaned my desk since yesterday, am still going to be drawing from the Woven Path Tarot, which has this beautiful, beautiful box. Which has this beautiful, lovely snap box and that cutout here. It's just gorgeous. So let's go ahead and draw a card for today. Remember, draw it, but we're not going to look at it till we are finished. Okay, so we give the cards a bit of a shuffle. Hold them to your heart. Take a deep breath in and out. Asking Guardian Solace for a message today. Dear guardian, what is it you would like me to know under this beautiful dreamy moon? What dreams can I bring into my energy that you will spark with your passion and light up a pathway to make it a reality? Okay, take your card, just put it away. Don't look at it. Just keep it face down. Don't look at it. All right, so let's go ahead and get into our entry for today, August 30th. And let us begin. we have called the guardian angel Solace into our experience as we did our reading. So we know that Solace is here and in our energy field and helping us, prompting us, guiding us as we move through this entry. So remember, I told you that we're finishing up a temple, and tomorrow we will do the closing ceremony, and then we will open the next temple. So tomorrow, day 3, we will do the closing ceremony, and I will walk you through how to do the closing ceremonies in this book and some things that you can add if you want to. And then on September 1st, we will open a new temple working with a new angel and a whole different theme. But for today, let's dive in. As you finish your month working with your angel of passion, think about all the areas in which you felt resistance and or doubt related to how and when passion showed up. Now, this is what I was talking about too, that is going to be a little relevant with this new moon, and that is resistance and doubt. You know, resistance and doubt are not bad things. They actually tell us a lot about some underlying fears, some underlining programming that we may have, and it can stop us from doing things that we really want to do, even though we really want to do them. These doubts and fears can actually stop us in our tracks. And there will be a lot of people who talk about not doing things during retrograde cycles, especially Mercury retrograde, which I've never gotten. Mercury retrograde has always been incredibly lucky for me. I love them. But it is one of these things of be mindful of what your points of resistance are. Don't judge them in any way, but write them down. So as you move through today, and we're in this very dreamy space, and big ideas and big dreams and big hopes are coming to you, also consider what is that little voice inside your head, because that little voice inside your head that says, I can't, I shouldn't, what if it doesn't turn out? That voice is actually a lot more louder and consistent and persistent than your positive voice. So just be aware of it. Don't buy into it. Don't spiral with it, but just be aware of it. It is completely normal to feel these emotions, especially when presented with new ideas, situations, or people. What I just said. The more clarity you can have around your points of resistance, the better you can forge a path forward. This is so true. So when we're working with the angels, one of the biggest things they talk about, and it's probably my biggest lesson with working with them, is that information is power. So information is power. That is, the more we know about how we feel, what we think, how we act, and in what situations, the more power we have over gaining clarity, over gaining control over our emotional body, and gaining a sense of awareness, an elevated sense of awareness on how our mind is either driving us towards what we want or driving us away from what we want. And a lot of times we are not really keyed in to those two distinctive things. Remember to be kind and compassionate with yourself, and do your best not to judge when you don't respond to the nudges passion sent your way. That is really important. Remember, we're observing, we're gaining information. We're not in a place of judgment ever over ourselves around what we do, what we don't do, what we believe, what we don't believe. We are just gathering information, because information is power. It is normal to hesitate and seek more information before acting. Everything you have done this month has given you space to grow and explore, and that's all the angels ever wanted for you. Listen, it's very different working with angelic energy than it is working with people. So if you're working with coaches, sometimes we get very caught up in ego metrics, but the angels don't have that kind of deal going on. They just want us to feel at peace. They want us to feel at ease. They want us to experience joy. They want us to open ourselves to love. And however we go about that is perfectly okay with them. They're not there to judge us on this path. All they believe is that information is power. And the more information you have about yourself, the more powerful you are at creating a life for you and the people you love and your community, based on how you want your world to look. And if we really come down to those core feelings, and we are talking about passion energy, what are some of the things that you are very passionate about in your community? Is it about equal pay? Is it about equality for all? Is it about healthcare? Is it about better funding for schools so that kids have better art programs? Is it around safety? What are some of the things that are important to you? Because what's important to you is being projected into that greater sphere. So this is not about judgment per se. This is about learning how you feel, how you stabilize, how you're leveraging your mental, emotional, and energetic bodies in order to create a beautiful, bountiful life, to which then ripples through your community and eventually your world. Okay, so now that we've had our lesson with the angels, let's go ahead and turn over our cards. And for those of you who are watching the replay, don't forget to write #replay. Let me know what your card is. I would love to know what your card is. So remember, we are talking about points of resistance, doubts, and fears, but we also asked for Solace to give us a message from this full moon, from this very auspicious creative energy, which is totally in alignment with Solace's energy of passion and desire and fun and play and all those wonderful things that are associated with passion energy. And tell me what your card is. I got the Empress. I love the Empress card here. Now, remember, I told you I love this energy. I am in awe of this energy. I think it is perfect to have the Empress card here. She is in her bounty and her blessings and her fullness. She is understanding the ripeness of this full moon. She is totally aligned with the cycles of this retrograde. She is in sync. She is tapped in, tuned in, turned on to what is going on in the celestial world while being deeply, deeply grounded in the physical world and knowing that what she dreams, she creates. That's important. What she dreams, she creates. Okay, my lovelies. Now we're going to get on to your journal questions, which again are at the top of this video. So your journal prompts for today are, where do I feel resistance around passion energy? Prompt number 1. Prompt number 2, what stops me from taking action on things that light me up? Prompt number 3, do my doubts belong to me? This one's really super key. Do my doubts belong to me? Or do they belong to your parents or someone in your family or someone you look up to? Do my doubts belong to me? This is a very important question. And remember everything we talked about today with this entry. This is not about judgment. This is information gathering only. Be kind, be compassionate to yourself. Treat yourself as the angels treat you, with love, honor, respect, dignity, and awe. All right, my lovelies, that was our time for today. I will see you tomorrow as we close down this temple and we do a closing ceremony and end our time with Guardian Solace. Enjoy your beautiful full moon energy and may you create something magical. See you tomorrow.